Hi, my name is Elliot. I am an IT systems architect. I'm 47, and pretty much in my spare time I work with foster animals, cats and dogs. I really started on my sort of fitness journey probably in my 30s. Went through a period where work was in a good shape, and so I started working on myself. Went through millions of programs, from cybergenics to Atkins, sort of you name it. Some were more successful than others, and eventually as time went on, they got less and less. So that's sort of what led me here. So yeah, I definitely had concerns walking through the door. I did sports in high school and college, so I'm not new to fitness and pushing myself. But I guess over time I had built up a lot of apprehension about what level of fitness I needed to be. You know, you see these people at the gym doing, sort of these amazing things that I was doing at my peak physical conditioning in my 20s. Now that I'm in my 40s, I don't think that's gonna happen. And am I really gonna be able to do this? And really it was my wife who pushed me over the edge and actually got me in. She had gone through a very similar journey, and really her turning point was working with trainers. And so getting me to work with someone real, clearly, I couldn't do it on my own. And yeah, I was able to work with Coach Andy. He was very patient with me, didn't hurt me, which was good. And really learning sort of where my limits are, both going too far to the point of hurting myself and then not pushing myself enough and really not getting as much as I could out of a session. So I first started in Tradewinds in early August. So yeah, not that long, 11 months, I guess. But it's been quite a journey. I'm doing a lot of things, I didn't think I'd be able to do, possibly ever again in my life. I've had a dream for a long time of, in sports you do a lot of running, whether you want to or not. Probably not coincidentally, I did a lot of sport events where you didn't have to do a lot of running. I was a lineman in football, a prop in rugby, I did field events in track. None of those are really distance things. So, but I know that I've lost the conditioning that I once had, and even just, something simple, I want to run a 5K. That was my goal coming through the door, and now I'm able to run, do a 400-meter run as a part of my workout. That's not an end goal, it's just a thing I do on Monday. And I wasn't really sure that I'd be able to get back to that point. But here I am. One of the biggest things is weight loss and just general physical conditioning. I've lost about 20% of my body weight. My internals are healthier. My primary care panels all come back better. And sort of at that point, I'm middle-aged, past middle-aged. And I kept getting these weird freak injuries that, I talk to people at work that are also around my age, and they get them too. It's just, you get into this bad physical conditioning state, and, picking up a relative, or, you drop a spoon and you go to pick it up and you pull an abdominal for a week. Just really goofy things. I don't have any of that anymore. I haven't had some freak injury like that in a very, very long time. I can do chores around the house, and they're not a thing. You're not thinking about, okay, I have to lift up my legs when I take the garbage out. I can kind of be normal again, and that's a great sort of relief to be back in that state. One of the exercises is burpees. Probably hands down. Burpees is just one of those things that, no matter how much better conditioning I seem to get, they're still not fun. And it probably just means that I can do them faster, which means that they're still as horrible as they were in the beginning. So, burpees are definitely probably my least favorite. what are more of my favorites, and I think it's more because of my background. I love doing lifting with a bar, deadlifts or cleans, anything where I can kind of just tee off and use some strength versus conditioning. It's a comfort feeling. Yeah, I love working with barbell events and exercises for someone who's a little worried about doing it. I'd say start small. Work on form first, because that's what's going to protect you from getting hurt. Do it without weights. If you have to, use PVC pipe, broomstick. Practice on your own when you're not with your trainer in the gym. Just get some comfort level with it, and just start small. Don't be a hero. Sure. My recommendation for someone who wants to start, later in life on their exercise journey. Yeah, I have background, but really, I didn't really get this serious about what I was doing until recently. So where I may have had a comfort level, yeah, I'm starting at the same point. The biggest advice that I have is just show up. It's when I was in football in high school, all my friends were starting out as freshmen. Were like, "Oh, that was pretty awful. Are you gonna come back tomorrow?" "Yeah, I guess." And then we would show up the next day, and the next day, and eventually we got better and better, and then we were starting. And that's exactly how this journey goes. It's going to be tough in the beginning. There's no two ways around it. Just keep showing up. It gets better. It gets easier. You can push yourself more. You learn what you can do. And the other thing I would say in the beginning is just, again, don't be a hero. Don't get hurt. You get hurt. You get frustrated. You can't do different things. You lose interest. So go slow, but get there. So for sure, thank you to Coach Andy and Coach Murray. You guys have been so supportive. You've taken me through a journey that, honestly, I was getting to the point I wasn't really sure that it would happen anymore. All the other coaches at the gym and here at Tradewinds have been so supportive. Even the people, the other athletes that show up, it's kind of like Cheers. You walk in and people are like, "Hey, Elliot," and I don't remember everyone's name. But it's honestly, it's a great supportive environment that, and look, it's sort of, hot dog, no hot dog. I would never have gotten to where I am if I hadn't been here, because I've been lots of other places. So yeah, I'm really excited and thankful to everyone's support.